All right, so now let's just do a bunch of problems. All right, we're right here at number 2. An arc length of a circle is 6 pi and its central angle is 90 degrees. What is the circumference of this circle? Leave your answer in pi form. All right, so again, we got our bread and butter. Central angle over 360 equals arc length. And notice how it wants circumference, so I'm going to call it C now. 2 pi r is the same thing as circumference. And it's telling me the arc length is 6 pi. It's telling me that the central angle is 90 degrees. All right, so I'm just going to plug this stuff in. I'm going to have 90 over 360 equals 6 pi over c. All right, and then let's simplify. 90 goes into 360 4 times. So now I'm going to have 1/4 equals 6 pi c. Cross multiply, and I get the circumference equals 24 pi. Smiley face. That's it. Cool beans. All right. A typical large pizza has a diameter of 14 inches. All right, so let's go ahead and actually, that pizza looks pretty good except the olives. What kind of sick freak puts olives on pizza? Everything else looks, oh, those mushrooms too. This pizza actually looks disgusting. They ruined a perfectly good pizza. All right, so 14 inches, it's cut into 8 or 10 pieces. So let's do a side fact. 8 pieces, the central angle then will equal 360 divided by 8, which is 45 degrees. All right, for 10 pieces, the central angle will be 360 divided by 10, which is 36 degrees. All right, we're gonna find the length of the crust for each case. All right, so as I write this out, it's gonna be central angle over 360 equals arc length over pi times diameter, because we have the diameter in this case right here. All right, so in case number 1, let's just do 8. We'll circle 8 right there. It's gonna be 45 over 360. Arc length is what we're solving for, and it's gonna be 14 pi. Now, something that hopefully makes a little bit of sense is 45 over 360. We already said we're cutting 8 pieces. Simplifies to 1/8 x 14 pi. Cross multiply 8x. Divide both sides by 8. And x equals 14 pi divided by 8. It's about 5.5 inches. All right, interesting. So cut the piece of pizza into 8 pieces. Crust will be about 5.5 inches. Now we're going to do the same thing, but for 10. All right, so 36 over 360 equals x over 14 pi. Simplifies to 1/10, 14 pi. Cross multiply. We're going to get 10x equals 14 pi in this case. Divide both sides by 10, and then x is going to be about 14 pi divided by 10, about 4.4 inches. All right, so you lose over an inch of crust when you cut your pizza like that. Cool beans. All right, find the measure of angle PAQ. All right, so we're finding the central angle in this one right here. So again, all these problems are incredibly similar. It just depends on what information we have and what information we're finding. All right, and it gives me the radius, so I'm gonna write this as 2 pi r. So we're finding the central angle. It gave me the arc length as 18 pi, and it gave me the radius as 27. All right, so I'm going to carefully plug in everything. I'm going to call the central angle theta over 360. Arc length is 18 pi, and we have 2 pi times 27. All right, and there's actually a lot of simplification that can go on right here. All right, let's focus on that. All right, the pi's cancel out. Then I have 18 over 2 times 27, which is 54, which actually just simplifies to 1/3. All right, so complete chaos, 18 pi over 2 pi times 27. Fun fact is that simplifies to 1/3. All right, so we have theta over 360 equals 1/3. And that actually makes life easier. Once we cross multiply, we're going to get 3 times theta equals 360. Divide both sides by 3. Theta equals 120. All right. And let's see. Let's just keep cruising right along. The Olympic symbol is 5 congruent circles. Assume that the top 3 circles are tangent to each other. That means that they just touch right then and there. Brad is tracing the entire symbol for a poster to the nearest 10th. How far will his pen travel? All right, so this problem seems a little crazy, but let's just break it down. This is 24, all right, a whole width of 24. Well, then that means that this is 8, this is 8, that's 8, which then means that a radius of one of them, or you don't even need that. So what I can say is that it's the perimeter or the circumference is pi times diameter. Well, the diameter for just one is 8 pi, or it's 8. So the circumference for one is 8 pi. All right, that means there's total, it's just going to be 5, because there's 5 of them, times 8 pi, which is 40 pi. And then remember, I always like to wait till the very end to plug things into my calculator. It says round to the nearest 10th, so about 125.7 inches. That's how far his pen will travel. All right, that's a lot. All right, that's like over 10 feet. A truck has tires with 26-inch diameter, so let's go ahead and draw a beautiful tire. They should make tires different colors instead of just black all every single time. Mix it up a little bit. All right, so this is 26. All right, how many times will the tire turn after a truck has traveled 1 mile? So this is crazy, all right? We're in inches, then we gotta go a mile, all right? So first off, let's just find the circumference, all right? So basically it's saying like, what is the total length of one turn? Sorry, circumference is pi times diameter, so it'll be 26 pi, which is, plugging in the calculator, about 81.7. So inches, all right, that means in feet, I'm gonna divide it by 12, it's about 6.8 feet, all right? It's actually 6.806784083, but I rounded a little bit. So if there's 5,280 feet in a mile, we're going to divide it by my 6.8 number, 2580 divided by my, it's about 379 turns, all right, about. That's rounded to the nearest 10th. That's pretty interesting. That's how many times the tire would turn in a single mile.